Hi everyone, welcome. This is functional training, and I'm happy to be here today to help you get moving in different directions using some balance and coordination. Let's get a good workout in. We're going to start by doing a bit of a warm-up. So we're going to stand up and we're going to do a dynamic stretch, modified hinge, if you will, or a good morning exercise. Your feet are going to be about hip width apart, maybe slightly closer together. And what you want to do is keep a slight bend in the knees. And you're going to have your hands on the side of your legs, and you're going to slightly go down right past the knee with your hands, and then come up and squeeze your glutes. So you're going to go down nice and slow for about 2-3 seconds, and then up for 1 second. So it's a 3-1 ratio for the tempo. So down 1, 2, 3, and then up, squeeze, down 2, 3, and up. We'll do a few more. We'll go one more here. And finish. Okay, great. Now we're going to do our 3-point lunge. And then we're going to incorporate some more balance to make it more challenging. This is now, I believe, our 3rd or 4th week doing this particular session. So what you want to do is take a step forward down into a lunge, step back to that starting position, side lunge, step back, and then reverse lunge, step back. So that left foot, the one that's planted on the floor, doesn't move. So it's here, still there, and it's still here. Okay, this is kind of your base of support. And then once you lift the other leg up, now you're involving dynamic balance, stability, control, lateral lunge, some mobility there, flexibility. And we'll do 2 more. 1. And again. Last one. And done. Other side. Lunge, tap, side lunge, back, reverse, again, forward, back. It's always important to utilize different movement patterns. So you're not always just going up and down or forwards and backwards, diagonally, laterally, rotation. Lots of different movements are important for a well-rounded health and fitness routine. Last one. And finish. We're going to go right back to our good morning stretch again. Ready? Down, 2, 3, and up. 1, 2, 3, up. One more. Okay, facing this way. Involving a bit more coordination and balance here while we do our dynamic stretches. So we're going to do wide lunge position, so your back foot really far behind. You're going to go down into a lunge, and you're going to reach the opposite arm across. So if it's your left leg that's in front, your right arm is going to reach over top of your body. And then you're going to pivot your feet, facing this way, down, and then rotate with the opposite arm, reaching over top. Rotate back, pivot, down, reach, pivot, down, reach. Let's go one more each side. And done. Okay. We're going to come back to our 3-point lunge. But as I was saying earlier, we're going to make it more challenging. So now we want to involve a bit more balance. And this changes everything, okay? And you can do this in kind of any unilateral exercise you do. So an exercise primarily using one side of your body. So we have our base of support here. This is our starting position. So when you do a lunge and you come back, you're setting the foot down and canceling out any balance that you're utilizing. This is just standing.
in an anatomical position, balance not being worked. Instead of returning the foot down to the floor, go from your lunge. As you're stepping back, you're going to lift your foot right up. So it's easier in full speed. So down, lift, and then down into the next movement, lift, and down into the last one, lift. So after each consecutive movement pattern, lunge, you're, instead of bringing the foot and resting it on the floor, you're elevating it, which uses a lot more dynamic balance. Here we go. 1, left, 2, left, 3, lift, 1, 2, left, 3, 1 more. And done. Okay. Other foot leads. Left foot steps forward. Lift. Down to the lateral. Lift. That's the hard one. A lot of momentum. And down again. Once more. And finish. Okay. All right, let's walk that off. Grab a quick drink of water. You're going to need a hand weight, just one. And then we're going to go down to the floor. So as usual, transitioning from standing down to the floor, you want to go in stages. So instead of just dropping all the way down, you want to kind of keep your head and chin up and focus on your breathing, okay? Okay, so what we're going to do here is a rotation exercise. And again, you always want to try to do different planes of movement, different directions. So most workouts are done in one plane of movement. Okay, so a lot of this up and down, pressing over your head, extending, squatting, standing, lunging. It's all done in this box, if you will. Okay, but you want to make sure as your body, because it moves in different directions, as you know, we're not robotic, so we don't just move like this. We rotate, we twist and turn, we bend over in an awkward way. So those are things why we call it functional, because you actually use that every day without realizing it. And it will make those activities, tasks so much easier in preventing injury. And obviously athletic performance as well. So this is a different position. So you're going to be in a kneeling down position right here. And what we're going to do is a torso rotation. So I'm going to try to do it from this side. So your right foot's in front, left foot behind, lowering the weight down by that leg. And then you're following through with that rotation, that wood chop on the way up. Okay, so down and then rotate, down and rotate, down, rotate. Making sure you're using the core and thrusting at the hips and not using your shoulders to raise it up. Down, rotate. Slower on the way down, quicker on the way up. Two more. And switching sides. Okay, here we go. So down to this side, rotate. Three, 2, 1, and finished. Okay, drop the weight down. Sitting down on your heels, take a couple deep breaths. Okay, transitioning to standing. So first kneeling and then all the way up. Great. Okay, quick drink of water. Okay, so we're back to standing. You're going to need that hand weight again. So go ahead and grab that. This next movement is kind of combining all the various types of movements you can do utilizing one exercise, as much space as you can occupy, and as many different planes of movement as possible. So instead of doing just, let's say, a one-legged row or just a one-legged squat or Romanian deadlift or whatever you want to call it, obviously we're doing a lot of balance here and strength. We're going to add a second component to that. So we're going to go down, we're going to row, we're going to stand back up to here, and then that left foot, the same one that's hovering, is going to go step back. We're going to curl and press the weight, but in one smooth motion. So it's like this, it's more of a clean. Okay, so you're doing lots of different types of movements here, lots of different patterns. You got to slow it down in slow motion first, and then put it all together. So here we go, down, kick out the back leg, perform a one-armed row, return the foot in one smooth motion, curl, lunge, press, but it's all one smooth clean. So as you go down to the lunge, you press the weight overhead. So here's where we were, row, down, and boom, like so. And then return and repeat, okay? Hopefully we got that down. Here we go. Let's do 3 more all together. Down, row, return, and explode. Again, kicking back, row, return, and clean. One more. Down, row, return, clean. Okay, lots going on there. Okay, other side. Let's do it slow first, put the pieces together. So left foot's down, right foot kicks back. Nice and low, row the weight, return your foot. That same foot that's hovering takes a big step behind into a reverse lunge. And as you go down, you curl and press the weight up. But as we talked about, it's one smooth motion, putting it all together in an arc. Okay, here we go. Curl, row, back, clean, and lunge. Okay, let's go 3 more. Nice and slow on the way down. Row, return, explode up. 2 more. Control. One more. Boom. And done. Okay. That one usually takes a bit more energy. So let's take a minute for an active recovery. So try to stay moving around. Try not to sit. Okay. We are going to need that weight again, eventually. So we're going to head down to the floor, keep it nearby. Transition to the floor. Hold on to something for balance. Catch your breath. Switch to kneeling, sitting on your heels. Okay, all right, the next one we're going to do on the floor in a prone position facing down on the floor, we're going to be doing a modified plank. So as you know, you can do a plank from your hands, like so, and maintain this position, or you can do it from the elbows, like so. We're going to do it from the hands because it allows us to use a bit more space here with the upper body, and we can kind of combine different movement patterns and target muscle groups, while as opposed to just kind of holding a plank, which can get fairly boring. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do a a renegade row, we can call it, or a plank dumbbell row. So you're going to keep that weight on the outside of that hand, putting up into that push-up position, feet a little bit wider than usual. Take the hand weight, perform a row, set it down to the other hand, row, other hand, row. Let's keep this pattern going. Five more. 1, 3, 4, 5. Hold it. Drop the knees. Lean back. Sit on the heels. And recover. Excellent. Okay. Just push that weight off to the side a little bit. You're going to switch. So you're sitting down like so. Okay, next thing we're going to do, this is always fun at the end, or towards the end rather, when we hit the floor here, we're going to do our break dancer exercise. So basically you're in a supine position. Basically you're lying down or facing the ceiling rather. Feet planted firmly on the floor, hands planted kind of behind your body, squeezing the shoulders together as opposed to forward, rounded. Back, squeeze the shoulders together, and you're basically using your hands to prop yourself up. So you're going to lift your butt off the ground, and we're going to do a tabletop position, so here. But instead of that high, what we're going to do is one leg at a time. You're going to alternate. So your right foot will be lifted, and then your left hand will be lifted to touch them in the middle. And then return to this position and switch without dropping your butt to the floor. So here we go. Full rotation, get the core involved here. Lift your body as high as you can. Four more. 2, 3, 4, and drop. Okay, recover. Shake it off. Okay, just relax for a second. Have that weight nearby, handy. Okay, we're going to do some Russian twists here. Just a nice core blast to finish off our strength patterns. And then we'll go into a cool down. So in the same seated position we're in right now with the V. So our knees in that V position. Grab that weight with 2 hands, lift your feet off the floor, hold the weight by your chest, rotate to touch the floor, and continue that pattern. Don't go too fast, and don't let your feet touch the floor. Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, you can ditch that weight. We no longer require that. We're going to go into our cool down. So in the same position we're in right now, drop that front leg, put the back leg behind. So back leg is extended, front leg is bent. Keep the glutes and the thigh rested in the floor, so don't let it lift off the floor to start. Hold this position. Okay, now we're going to turn our body more facing forward. And now we're going to lift off. And you're going to feel more of a stretch on the glutes there. And you're hovering over top of that front leg. And that's where you'll feel that pull in this pigeon pose. Back leg stays extended. Okay, now drop the weight back down. Bring the other leg in more, kind of a zigzag with both legs. And then we'll switch. So this leg is bent, back leg extends out. You might even feel your hip flexors a bit here to straighten out that leg, more so on one side. So we're not hovering over top of the leg yet. We're staying rested on the floor here. Just a few more seconds and then we'll go up to stage 2. Okay, ready? And now we're lifting off the ground, facing forward and extending that back leg, and hold this position. Drop the weight down, but keep holding this stretch. Bring both legs in. Switch to a kneeling position. We're here. Okay, we're going to do our cat-cows. So 4-point position, hands underneath the chest and the shoulders. Arc the back nice and high. And then sink down. Arc. And sink. We'll go 2 more each. 1. Down. 2. Down. Sitting on the heels, child's pose stretch. Reach forward with the hands, head tucked down, and hold. Okay, sitting up. Take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Okay, we're going to do a half kneeling hip flexor stretch. So in this position, so 90-degree angles with both legs. You're going to lean forward and you can either reach across like we did at the beginning with that arm to feel that other side of the hip flexor, or you can just place the arm on the outside of the leg that's leading and rotate so you're facing this way. Or you can just do it facing forward, whichever you need for your body. Lean back a bit more, holding this position. Back to normal, switching sides. Other leg is in front, leaning forward. Try whatever variation you need. Okay, and relax. Okay, that's everything. Thank you for joining today's functional training workout. Hopefully you got moving in different directions and were able to use your whole body and step away from the desk and get some movement in. Thank you, everybody, and hope to see you all soon in person. Until then, we'll be here for you. Be well. Take care.